for the shot. So what they're all about, I fucking invested in some plans, revelation of peace. The time to take a slumber, walking the beast. Dog is big dog, they'll never get peace. They just pretty Israelites with ice. Reactions to this. Try to get the right. All right, y'all, we live. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, only creator and possessor of all things. Long live his anointed son. Y'all, we live. A special edition, war ready special edition. We know it's not Wednesday, it's Sunday, but this is when these brothers were able to get off. Yeah. And, so we decided to bring it to the people. The topic is Star of David debate. Is it biblical or is it demonic? All right, so we got two brothers right here from opposite sides of the aisle, respectful brothers. We're going to bring forth the information, right? Write down all the scriptures, write down all the sources and resources these brothers bring out. And after it's done, go do your own research. And I will hope the brothers that's debating would also exchange information and keep this dialogue going outside of this platform. Feel me? That's what it's about, Israel. Sitting down and discussing these things, not hiding from one another. You understand? Sitting down and discussing these things the way we all be sharp. All right? So it's all good. All right, so my brother Mahara Call gonna be on the timer. You got the timer. All right. We're gonna go ahead and start it off with the opening 5-minute round. Who wanna go first, man? Who wanna go first?
It's all the same to me. He can go first, I can go first. Doesn't matter to me.
What up, Prince? It's your first time on. Go ahead and go first, brother. 5 minutes, introduce yourselves, let the people know who you are and what it is you're here to do, bro. Let's get it done.
All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give our praise to the Most High Yahweh and his son, my king, Yahweh Shai, leader of the nation of Yasha Allah. I am FOPE Israel Prince, a.k.a. Shah Shem Allah, Captain Shah Shem Allah, FOPE. Basically here today to debate one of my good brethren, much respect and love to the brother. I'm not here to disrespect nobody, bash nobody, call nobody stupid or dumb, even though I was called that for talking about this topic years ago. But I just want to bring forth proof and show people in the nation that we use these things and these shapes, forms, or what they would call a Star of David or whatever you want to call it. But I do have archaeology proof and evidence I'm going to bring out today and show Israel that we had it and we used it, we dealt with it from my standpoint.
Okay.
So I got to say before that part, opening.
How long you been in the war, brother?
About 8 years. 8 years in the war, dealing with scripture. I've been studying for about 8 years. I guess you can call me the bookkeeper because I probably got damn near every type of Israelite book as far as archaeology, evidence, research, Hebrew, all types of stuff. Hebrew Apocrypha that nobody else got. I got all types of stuff.
Lawyer, what city you representing? What city you in?
I'm representing. What state I'm representing?
Yeah, what state? City?
Yo, I ain't representing Babylon, but I'm from Baltimore.
Yeah, but where you at though?
Oh, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland.
All right, come. All praise and glory to the Most High.
Yeah.
All right. No doubt. All right, that's what it is. They on the comment board. Out. They on her talking some it's about to go down. All right, so if you're done, I'm gonna go ahead and let the Tobi'Yahu go ahead and introduce himself, say what it is that he's here to prove or disprove. What up, what's up? You ready to get your sword, bloody? Second round.
Shalom. What's up? I am Tobi'Yahu. Means Yah is my good. Some people may know me as Damon Alston on Facebook. That's my government slave Babylonian name. The name that I have reclaimed for myself is Tobi'Yahu. It's not much about myself other than I'm from Washington, D.C. area. Been up here, grew up here all my life, traveled along the East Coast. I've been conscious to the truth maybe 5 years or approaching 5 years. I've only been practicing maybe 3.5, 4 years solid, where I've been keeping the festivals, keeping the Shabbat, doing what I believe I'm supposed to be doing. What I'm here to do today is, just as Ox said in all his in his wisdom, is not to tear anybody down, not to personally attack anybody's intelligence or anything of that nature, but just to present information. My role in the body, like he says, he is a book collector. I wouldn't say I'm a book collector. I'm a historian. I chronologue, I look at history. I parse the whole thing out, and I dissect it and disseminate it to the masses. And that's my function. That's what I do. I believe if you actually study history, it will close up a lot of errors that we have about scripture, prophecy, geography, all that good stuff. And respects to the star or this symbol, let's just call it a symbol, whether you want to refer to it as a star or whatever you want to say it is a symbol. This symbol, I'm going to prove, did not originate with Yashraal, who is Israel. I'm going to prove that this symbol has to do with other names around them and has many different meanings and associated to a particular power, meaning specifically Saturn. Now, Saturn is worshipped by multiple peoples throughout time in different names. They call him Baal Haman, they call him Kronos, Molech, Remphan, all over the, a wide spectrum of names, but it still means the same thing. It is Saturn. And this symbol is representative of Saturn. It is a cube. So, as y'all said, all praises go to the Most High. I hope that we're able to exchange ideas and information, and at the very least, I hope I'm able to learn something, and at the most, maybe I'll be able to share something.
Hallelujah. 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 All praise and glory and honor. All right. So Israel, y'all, we had a 5-minute introduction round. The brothers introduced themselves, their names, what it is they're here to prove or disprove. And I also want to say something too, man. Just because there's any type of disagreements, this does not make these brothers your enemies, man. I mean, there's a wicked, hateful vibration being spread through the earth, and will have you believing that brothers of your same nation are your enemies. You feel me? But then somebody of another nation come around and claim they believe, and it's all good. You're God's now. You understand? You go to work, you work next to witches and sodomites and all type of stuff. You understand? So we should be able to do this at least, man. Sit on down and discuss scriptures. You dig? And then when you training, ask any ninja, ask anybody that's into training, you be able to push your body to the limit so you can perform it at your best. You dig? So yes, swords are gonna swing up in here today. You feel me? Yes, swords are gonna get bloody up in here today. It's what it is. But at the end, hey, we all family, man. You feel me? And this is for the nation. Like a lot of us brothers are already grounded in what we believe. So this is for the nation. You understand? It's easy to make a video on this side and a video on this side. And then you see my video, and then it was like, dang, look, he can call the ox. Sit down and rap to him. You feel me? Like you may be able to learn something, or you may be able to put him on something. So these brothers aren't enemies, they're brothers, even though they have opposing views. I just want to say that, man, because it's a whack-ass vibration, excuse my French. But there's a whack-ass vibration spreading through Israel like we are enemies because we see things differently. Yeah? And nothing could be further from the truth. That's not scripture. All right? So that's what it is. Sean, what up, Prince? No, start this 20. You want to start this 20 minutes?
And these brothers had a I would say debate or conversation. Just the other day, we have a message group that we've been communicating the past 3-4 days or maybe a week. So these brothers is
definitely about that.
And the whole nine. And even spoke when I was in DC, and I was linked up with Tobi'Yahu myself in person, and we had a great time. You see what I'm saying? So all praise.
Absolutely.
That was after the all 12 trials debate. We linked up in DC.
Yeah, y'all hooked up there.
Yep.
I looked on Facebook like, hey, look at these Hebrews. So that's what it is. All right, so look, we're about to start this opening 20-minute round. Prince FOPE, Paul Sham, you up first, brother. You feel me?
You
go ahead and bring
first.
Go ahead and bring forth what it is.
All right, so this is this me presenting my evidence as far as my case.
Yeah, follow your case, brother. You got 20 minutes.
Say it again.
Yeah, you got 20 minutes to present your first part of your case, whatever you bring it out first. You know what I'm saying? Then you just bring it out, and then he gonna rapid fire. He gonna challenge what you bring out right after your 20 minutes.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So, all right, this is what I want to do. I want to bring out some archaeology of Israel having the so-called what they call the 5-point star, 6-point star. I'm gonna show biblical proof of it. So let me switch my screen. Can y'all hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Can y'all see my screen? Okay, here we go.
I can see you.
So what we have here is the Golden Bible Atlas with relief maps in 4 colors. Okay, I'm gonna go back and show this picture here, and it says at the top, if you can see it clearly, some of the riches imported by Solomon from distant countries. And what do you see here? Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
All right. That's an actual piece of gold or necklace piece that was imported that Solomon had, King Solomon, okay? Now, that's one source showing that, right? Now, let me go back to this book here. It's called Archaeology and Science, delivered 400 years into the past. The Bible as History, second revised edition by Warner Keller. Here you have the actual archaeology that they found. See it?
Yes, sir.
Now that's appended, right? That Israelites wore. Now, if you read at the bottom here, if you can see it, it says, in the 8th century BC, the prophet Isaiah uttered this warning, and the day the Lord will take away the bravery of the twinkling ornaments about their feet and their crewels and their. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to this. Is it still there?
Yeah, you're good.
You can see it because it's not showing up on my screen.
Yeah, and their calls.
Yeah, I can see it. The calls. I'm with you. I see it.
The round towers like a moon. 2,680 years later, the what's that word there? I'm sorry. Directors of the French excavations at Whitehaven, referring to the gold ornaments depicted above, declared, we are not only finding references to the ornaments in the Rosh Shamar, Texas, but the ornaments themselves, which according to the passages of Isaiah, Yahweh would one day take away from the haughty daughters of Zion. So there's archaeology proof there that they found of Israelites wearing that symbol. And you can clearly see that as a necklace piece because you have the top there where you can put a chain through. Clearly see it. Pause on that part. Let me get the rest.
Bring it out.
Right. This book here is called Symbol, Signs, and Signets. So I want to show a few things out of here. Basically, when you look up the different sectors of the book, they would have signs and signets. You see 595, it says 6-pointed star of creation, 6-point star, seal of Solomon, and down here it says menorah of the Old Testament. But I want to show why that's so important because they show this as the Star of David, okay? 596, or seal of Solomon. But yet, in the same book, they tell you this is the star of creation. But why? Because when you look at the lily flower, the pomegranate bud, all buds out, and it looks just like creation. The atom that's inside a man's body has 6 points like this. So, and then we have the so-called Old Testament menorah. Now, why would they show the menorah like that? You see it? I'm gonna move on to the next book I want to show. this book here called All About Israel. Y'all see it?
I see it loud and clear.
Yeah, we see it.
Yep.
Emily Bang, the Morgan David, invoking God and the name of the seal of Solomon. Morgan David. The Morgan David is a traditional symbol of Judaism. Look closely and you will see that the star is actually made up of two triangles, one right side up, one down on the other side, upside down. One of them points upwards towards all that is spiritual and holy. The other one points downward towards all the earth and the spectacular by landing a. Hold on, let me go to the next picture. No, this is not it. This it? Yeah. Here we go. I don't know. Is it showing up? Is it clear on your screen?
Go, we can see it, brother. Right there. Right there. Perfect.
And Mazatah, the Jews strive to bring together the worlds of the spiritual and earthly, the worlds of the holy and spec. I don't know what that word is. The Jews try to make the workday world something holy by following God-given laws of the Torah. Perhaps this is why the six-pointed star with is two triangles pointed different ways, but creating one beautiful form symbolized the Jewish nation. Legend tells us that king of the earthly Israel aboard this shield with his six-pointed star. Thus, the star is named the Morgan David, which means the shield of faith. I was getting a lot of feedback, but I don't know why. But y'all got that?
Yeah, we heard you. Yeah, we can see it. Yeah.
I heard you and saw it. Okay.
Okay. Now, even when we deal with the word itself, kawakab, right? And you can see it right here out the Hebrew dictionary. I don't know what the hell is going on with my. You can see it right here out the Hebrew dictionary, kawakab, which means rounded, globe, star, planet. It has nothing to do with points.
This is bullshit.
It's not even up there nowhere. Comet, it doesn't say anything about anything six-pointed star onto the New Testament or the Old Testament. That's the Hebrew word. That's the definition right there. Rounded, globe, star, planet, which represents the planet Saturn when you deal with the star of Moloch. What else I have here? Okay, that's it for this one. Let me move on to my next one. Archaeology book, Understanding the Bible Through History and Archaeology. No, that's not it. Here it is, right here. Is it on the screen? Because it's not showing.
Yeah, I see.
I saw it a second.
Yeah.
I see it now. Yeah, I see it live.
So what you see here, it says drawings of the original seals of the Persian province of Judea in the days of Ezra and Nehemiah, 5th, 4th century BCE, under the spell of Yehuda, Judah, and the lower Jerusalem. So what you see is the name up there. As you can see, the seal of Solomon right there on the ancient coin, which you would call a 5-point star.
Baphomet.
Here's another book, The Peculiar History of the Jewish People. And here on the synagogue, probably the oldest representation of the Star of David in the synagogue in Campania, Palestine in the 2nd century BCE. And if you read, hey, Mark, can you get a scripture for me?
What you need?
Mark chapter 21. Mark 1 verses 21 and 22, please. Where it speaks about Yahweh teaching in these temples with all these symbols on them. And I got more pictures showing these other symbols.
Mark 21? Mark 1. Mark 1?
Mark 1, 21 and 22.
All right, Mark, the book of Mark, chapter 1, verse 21. And they went into Capernaum, and straightway on the Shabbat day, he entered into the synagogue and taught. Verse 22. Right. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one that have authority and not as the scribes.
And he taught in the same sense, all these different symbols on him. The Messiah himself never mentioned anything about symbols or anything on pagan symbols on synagogues or anything.
Wait, what verse was that? I'm sorry, what verse was that?
Mark chapter.
I'm sorry, Mark 1, 21.
I'm sorry, you said Mark 1, 21?
Mark chapter 1, verse 21, verse 22, he had me read.
Mark 21, 21, or 121.
Yes. All right, here's
I'm
another
sorry,
book.
bro, continue.
Called The Jewish World. Can y'all see it? Because it's like I said, it's not showing on my phone if y'all, the screen is there or not.
I see the, yeah, we see it now.
I see that.
Okay. You see it?
Done.
You see what it says down there? Synagogue is the Greek word for Aramaic kanishata, meaning the place where people come together before the destruction of the temple, the synagogue. Rooms for teaching, the prayer, instruction, the prayer replaced sacrifice as a key point in the Jewish liturgy. They became the only centuries of and religious oppositions above. So basically what you see is, you see the carvings in the synagogue, and you can clearly see the lily flower, the menorah, all in Israel.
Which synagogue is that? I'm sorry, I don't know if I missed it. What synagogue is that?
Another synagogue at Capernaum. See, it's right there. You see it?
Capernaum. I see it. No, I see it. Capernaum. I just want to make sure. I got it. I see it.
Okay. So I'm showing more archaeology evidence from different sources showing different places where they had it.
Still got 6 minutes, brothers. Keep going.
All right. Oh, okay. This is from the same book as Warner Keller. I didn't show it. I should have showed it when I first showed it. But as you can see again, you see the Judean corn, the so-called 5-point star, with Jerusalem on it, out of the archaeology book. See it clear there. Which one is this? Okay. This one says Mysteries of the Bible. And this is what it says. Star of David, Seal of Solomon. I'm going to have to read it all to you. I don't know if I can get it real close. Y'all watching?
I'm watching.
Okay. says, origins of the Star of David, now widely recognized as an emblem of Judaism, is observed. One legend is that King David bore a hexagram-shaped shield when he fought Goliath, originally a pagan ornament. The hexagram was later named both the Star of David, the Shield of David, the Morgan David, the Seal of Solomon. By the Middle Ages, the symbol was used as a talisman against evil. So they used this Shield of David as a talisman against evil. Okay? They used the talisman against evil. Hold on, I forgot. I lost the other stuff. Yeah, they use it as a talisman against evil. The term Seal of Solomon and Morgan David was used interchangeably in the magic 16th century. The stars have as
What happened,
I'm sorry, hold on, because the screen is so blurred I can barely make out the words.
Okay.
I'm gonna just jump down. Okay, in 1897, the Star of David was adopted by the Zionist Congress, but it was not until World War II when the Nazis forced Europe Jews to wear a yellow star as a badge of shame until timely death. It took the powerful renouncement of triumph over the despair in 1948. It was chosen to be the central design and the flag of the state of Israel. So, you know, they shamed the people. If they was really the Jews, why would Hitler make them wear this as a badge of shame? That's because he knew that they wasn't a Jew and they was trying to represent something that they're not. How much time I got out?
You have, brother, hold on. You probably got like
should be
two minutes, 2.5.
All right. Harper's Bible Dictionary, okay? I got a bunch of more slides. I probably just use it for the rapid fire round. The Seal of Solomon. See it? Another one. Same place. They're showing it again on the walls of the synagogue. All right. This is from a book called Hebrew Art. You see the synagogue? I want y'all to look at this one real close in the same place. It tells you stone ornament, hexagrams, pomegranates, and sunwheel, typically decorated of the Taurus Phryon on the I can't really see it. Hold on, let me back up from my screen.
Hold it up. If I can see it, I can read it. If I can see it.
Cause yeah, it's the picture that's blurry on my screen from the wording. But it was basically, it says the manner of the Maccabean tomb. So basically, when you look at it, can y'all see it?
Yeah, we see it.
I can see it now. Yeah.
All right, because I'm trying to show it on my phone, but it's not, for some reason, it's not popping up. That's why I want to do it in a better way so I can actually see the symbol. Can you see everything on the synagogue?
No, I can't see them right.
Unless you delayed. And you can always, while he's doing his thing, you just try to send that email again.
All right, well, how much time I got left? I'll let him go ahead then. Because
it's been 3 minutes since last time.
30 seconds, brother. 30 seconds. You can just make a closing statement if you want to send the picture. Yeah.
All right. Because not a problem. Go ahead.
All right, come. So, all praise and glory to the Most High. All praise and glory now to the Most High. All right, Tobi'Yahu, you up to cross-examine. Show our sham.
Okay, no problem. All right, so just the rapid fire, right?
Yeah, rapid fire. And then your
Rapid
presentation.
fire.
And your presentation
All
is
right,
next.
no problem. Since it's rapid fire, I want to cross-examine some information you brought out. You said that shield was because of the legend that Dawood carried a shield that had that symbol on it. That was a part of your proofs. And when you go to 1 Shema'al or 1 Samuel 17, 38, and 39, it tells you what Dawood took off and what he had with him out there. There was no shield. It reads, and Shaul dressed Dawood with his garments, and he put a bronze helmet on his head, and put a coat of armor on him. And Dawood girded his sword over his garments, and began to go, but he had not tried them. Then Dawood said to Shaul, I am not able to go with these, for I have not tried them. So Dawood took them off. So first off, there was no shield, just a helmet. And second off, whatever was there. Huh?
What's the verse? 1 Samuel 17. What?
38. Yeah, 1 Samuel 17, 38, and 39.
Okay.
And he took his staff in his hand with him, or 40, he took his staff in his hand and chose for himself 5 smooth stones from the wadi, or the bank of the river, and put them in a shepherd's bag and in his hand. And he drew near to the Philistine. So there was no, I don't know what, Jews say a lot of things, but there was no, not scripturally, no shield with anything of that nature on there. Secondly, I want to point out to the verse you use as proof in Kephar Nahum, or Capernaum, however they say it in the English thing. Marcos 1, I believe it was 21, yeah. And they went into Kephar Nahum, and immediately on the Shabbat, he went into the congregation and taught. And they were astonished at his teaching, for he was teaching them of possessing authority, and not as the scribes. So this had nothing to do with symbols either. They were astonished at the fact that he was able to know the text and teaching with such authority in his words and confidence, and not like the scribes who were just reading it. He was teaching. That's what that was about. That wasn't about him in any symbolic way represent the star or anything like that.
I never said that. I said El Messiah went to these same temples with these designs on them, but he never mentioned anything in the New Testament out of his mouth about anything pagan on any synagogue or symbol or anything. You don't find it. Show me.
Well,
that's
okay,
what
hold
I'm saying.
Okay, all right. Let me go with that then. That's cool, no problem. Respect.
If the Messiah came to rebuke wickedness, right, that people was doing, and he did a lot of that, why we find no sexual scripture of him saying anything about anything? And he taught in them synagogues many times.
Okay, let me address that. Like I was saying, so Mashiach, yeah, he also prophesied that the temple would be destroyed. They were supposed to sacrifice, and they were supposed to stop sacrificing them altars too. And he prophesied the destruction of the temple. That temple was actually Herod's temple. It was built by Edomites. It was built by Gentiles, Goyim. Go look at it for yourself. That was Herod's temple that they were in there, that they were worshiping it. Yeah. So to say that, he didn't say anything, whatever, the whole temple was built wrong. And in fact, this is why history is so important, because during that time period in the 1st century, there was a conflict over a wall being built. They actually built a wall in front of Herod's palace, which he built right beyond the temple so he could entertain guests and look into the temple and watch the sacrifices. So the Yaakov Sadiq, or James the Just, he led the multitude, and they built a wall separating them so they could no longer look in there anymore. So the whole temple was looked at as abominable and pagan. That's why the Mashiach prophesied its destruction. It was going down, and it was going to be wiped. Not one stone of it was going to be left. So when we go back to,
go ahead.
So when we go back to the other point you made, this is I'm just tapping off on your points here. About Shulamah and or Solomon, right? And you keep talking about this Solomon points or whatnot. Yeah, we have to understand Solomon got involved into witchcraft. He got involved in the things that he shouldn't have been involved into. So the necklace you're showing, you showed it from the Solomonic dynasty as he gave it as a gold trinket. And so when I get on my presentation of information, I'm going to show you where that came from. And when you brought the thing about the symbols, the book of symbols, did you not notice that those symbols had 2 different symbols? One of them was 591, the other one was 596. So that denotes that they're
that's what I
two
said.
separate things. Right. So
Exactly.
when you have a symbol, because a symbol at the end of the day is representative of something, right? We all agree on that. A symbol represents something. Right?
Right.
Cool. So the question is, what does it represent? So by your own things, those two triangles, one going down, one going up, are a symbol representative of something that is different than what you show would look like a lily pad, or what some say looks like a pomegranate, you know, or even look like the sun in certain lights or whatever. So that in your own source, those were two distinct different symbols. So if somebody is wearing two intersecting triangles, you're wearing a different symbol than what was represented as the from your information as the symbol of the creation of life.
And what I was trying to show through that symbol was that you had many earthly symbols that has the same pattern, far as the pomegranate, far as the lily flower.
No doubt. But those things are different. But no, you had the 20 minutes though. No, you had the 20 minutes though.
Go ahead. I'll bring it up. Go ahead.
So the point is, you had the 20 minutes though, and in the time when you were showing the thing, when the information you did show, it showed that the two intersecting triangles, one up, one down, are not the same symbol as the symbol of creation. That's from your information. That's not even something I brought forth. Even in the medallion you showed, that medallion did not have two intersecting triangles. It didn't. It just had the general shape of what you were talking about. And I'm not saying that wouldn't, be representative of. I'm just saying it wasn't the same symbol or shape. And when we look at...
Listen, I didn't say that it was. You didn't even let me finish. I didn't even finish my presentation and show the rest of the stuff that I had. That's what I was saying.
You had 20 minutes. This is my rebuttal time.
Wait, can I say something, brother? Even when you go into the Lasha Wan Kodash language, we use what you call the da or the dalit. That is a D symbol, a pyramid triangle that goes up. Two of those put together makes what you would call a shield of David. What are you talking about?
Just because there's a symbol. No. Just because you could take a shape, because there's the tall, right? The tall is in there. The last letter, that's a cross. Does that mean that we can wear crosses? Is that okay? A cross is okay?
Is crosses
okay? Those legit? It's just the tall.
Listen, it depends on each own. We got a cross symbol. It's a cross symbol in the Lasha Wan Kodesh, is it not?
Okay. But that's my whole point. That's my whole point. That's my point. If you use it symbolically for your faith, you're ascribing symbols to your faith. And if you're taking a symbol that was used before, because anything, did the Mashiach not say? Did he not plainly say that the fruit or the fruit of a tree that is good can never be rotten, and conversely, the fruit of a tree that is bad can never be good? So this means the origin of something depends on what it is. So if it is a bad seed, it can never be something good. And if it is a good seed, it can never be something bad. We agree with that, right?
Right.
So if you find these symbols and used in older civilizations, predating Yashar and their use of them at all, and they're being used for wickedness and idolatry, then you cannot then thousands of years later say that, no, this is a good symbol and I'm going to use this for good because I see a pomegranate in it.
All nations borrowed from each other, damn near. So just because
but we're supposed to be set apart. It has nothing to do with anything. That's contrary to what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be set apart. We're not supposed to be like other nations. We're supposed to be separate, dedicated from other nations.
That doesn't mean that you can't use something in worship or you use.
Actually, it does. Let's go to Deborah. This is my time. So let's go. The statement you just made. I'm directly addressing your point in the statement you made on my rebuttal. Let's go to Devarim or Deuteronomy 12, 3, 4, and 5. It reads, tear down their altars, or this is Deuteronomy 12, chapter 12, verse 3. Tear down their altars, smash their sacred pillars, burn up their Asherah poles, cut down the idols of their mighty ones, and wipe out their names from every place. You shall not worship Yahuwah, your Elohim, in this way. So you can't use what other nations use and say that, we just got it from them. That's what got us in trouble all the time. You can't worship in the way that the other nations worship. It is abominable to the Most High. So if they're using the star for something, you can't then take it and say, oh, I like that joint. That joint kind of look like a pomegranate. And then try to rock with it. It don't work that way. The Father never gave you permission to use any star. And so even in the definition that you gave, you said the definition of star is a round thing or a planet, right? A round thing or a planet is Saturn. How they define it. Planets are wandering stars to our people. They weren't like how they describe today. So Saturn is a planet. That's exactly what it is. And that star, is, as you showed in your own information, has to do with Saturn worship.
Once again,
and then sure, you gotta go ahead and sit him in the hot seat and pass his exam. You understand?
Yep.
That was a 10-minute rapid fire. You feel me? You addressed some points or whatever that you felt that he brought out and that he was slacking in or whatnot. So now you got to bring your presentation and then show it's the rapid fire you and what you bring up. All right.
So I do my presentation now, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Well, let's
all right. So.
All right. Oh, so I don't want to. All I just want to do is remind that the rapid fire, whoever asking, you're supposed to be asking questions. You're supposed to allow the person to answer the question. Now, if you're supposed to be rebuttaling or asking questions concerning what they talked about, but then you're going into the presentation, then you're not really asking questions.
I did let him answer questions, Doc. That's exactly what I did. I just didn't let it go on into a different name to present new information.
If you don't fit, don't wear it. You got to give the person the opportunity to answer your questions.
All right, I will. Let me go ahead and go into my presentation part.
Okay, so 20 minutes to start right now, brother.
20 minutes, right? All right, we're good. 2:37. Cool. So, back on when I was talking about Saturn and talking about what he was talking about, he showed all this. I didn't think it was a lot of archaeology. He showed two instances. It looks like a picture of the same coin. And he said that this was the pendant that they had, and he was using that SHALOM or Solomon used. And we know Solomon did worship Moloch as one of the mighty ones that he worshiped. That is scriptural. Moloch is synonymous for Saturn. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show some photos off screen, off share like he did his. This right here. Okay, this right here is ancient Sumeria. This was thousands of years before Yashara'al was a nation. Almost 2,000 years before Yashara'al came out of the Middle Kingdom of Misraim. Right there is what you call Ninurta. That is their deity they worship, right? He has it's comparable with Kronos. It's comparable with Osiris, Sakaya in the Greek, or Yasutra in the Hinduism. When you see it's an agricultural deity. You see the pitchfork it has right there. That's why when you see like Hades and Satan, a lot of times they use a pitchfork because that's symbolic of Shaitan, the pitchfork. So when we look at the picture right there, we have right there, what do we see? Oh, that is your star. That is your symbol, whatever it is. Long thousands of years, long before Yashara'al ever thought of using it. You can't bring up Shulamar and them. This is way before they were ever in existence. That right, you see 6.6 stars. That represents Saturn. That's exactly what that is. That is Saturn. All right. So when we look at things in the ancient world, everything basically came down to planet worship. So you had Nimrod, Ishtar, and Tammuz. This was basically your Saturn, number one. Then you had Venus, Ishtar, and you had Tammuz, was Jupiter. And they basically, over the times, this is all the deities they represent. They're the same deities over time. And you see it's Osiris, Baal, as in Baal Haman, Zeus, Baal, Jehovah, Molech. You see that Molech right there with the eye out? Yeah, Molech. That is that deity. That's exactly what that is. This symbol is used in Hinduism. Long before anything with Yashara'al making anything. Long before them. Long before us. When we look at the core of that symbol, the 6-pointer, as he said, he showed there were two different ones. This is the two intersecting pyramids, right? A pyramid going up and a pyramid going down. It's representative of as above, so below. At the center of it, you have a 6-pointed polygon. That 6-pointed polygon is a cube. That's exactly where it is, a cube. Even when you look at this symbol, the star, the 6-pointed star itself is a cube. That's what it's about. It is cube worship. It is about Saturn. And when you look at the Kabbalistic origins of all this stuff, which is predates most stuff that we're looking at today, this is in Mecca. What are they walking around? A cube. This is for Saturn. That's what they worship. Here we look at the word Kabbalah. Kabbalah is Kabbah, means cube. Allah means their God. Kabbalah. And in it, what do you see? These are those chakra trees, the tree of life, which your star is based off of. Look, that's there, the 5-pointed star there. You have the square and compass from Freemasonry. You have the cross. You have the cube. All religions are covered in this worship of Saturn. You're talking about the wide gate. That's what we're talking about here. You're looking at the wide gate. And when you look across the world, look at the black cube. This is the Black Church of Saturn. It's in Australia, Denmark, Manhattan. Look, Santa Ana, all of them. It's all about cube worship. It's all you ever see. The Masonic symbol, like I said, the square and the compass, is nothing but a Jewish star. That thing has 6 points, 6 triangles, and a 6-sided polygon. That has nothing to do with Yasha'al. The down-pointed part of that star represents Baal-zebub. Baal-zebub literally means the Lord of the Flies, because Baal means Lord. So the Lord of the Flies. Down below is the dragon who rules the world. He's the mighty one of this world. Satan is in control of this world. And their Kabbalistic worship, it has to do with, like, yin and yang, everything being equal. So they believe Satan is on the same level as the Father. That's why as above, so below. When you look at entertainment, look at this symbol. This is Baphomet, the 5-pointed star. Pointing up, pointing down. As above, so below. Look at not these Yin Gang boys, whatever, these Migo fools. Look at them. They're showing you what their worship is. As above, so below. That is their power. You're in the same club. This is why all those deities have their hands pointing up. Krishna, Buddha, Sakti, all of them. Look, they all got their hands pointed. Baphomet, because as above, so below. That's what it has to do with. And as far as SHALOM or Solomon, the talisman of Saturn, if you're looking at it, it has both sides of it. The front is the 5-pointed star. The back of it is a 6-pointed star. And in the middle of the 6-pointed star, there's a bullhead, representative of Molech. That's what it is. Molech is synonymous with Saturn. Just like when you look at the Canaanite version of him, Baal Haman, that is Saturn. We can all look it up. This is the Theology Society. These guys, Theosophical Society. These guys openly worship Satan. And look what they got as their chief cornerstone of their symbol. They got the eternity symbol the Nazis used. They got the overoath, the snake consuming itself. And they got the 6-pointed hexagram. Why is it a hexagram? Because it makes hexes, spells. That is the root word of hex or spells. That has to do with magic, mysticism. So, let me get ready to wind this up. So, when we look at all this stuff and look at the truth of the matters and remove any of our belief out of it, let's look at when this thing was first used by Yasha'al. The first time it's ever been used in any text is the Codex Leningrad in like 1000, year 1000. That's the first time where it was used in a text like has to do with the faith. The coins and everything you see, yeah, we was doing a lot of stuff we wasn't supposed to be doing. So printing coins don't prove anything other than that we was doing stuff we wasn't supposed to be doing. And so after that point, it wasn't used anywhere or widely accepted until Meyer Rothschild, 1837, when he made it the Jewish star for their state, and they called it the Seal of David. And since then, there's been a bunch of disinformation about it. But at the end of the day, its root, it goes back to what it really is. And what it really is simple. It is the star of Remphan. And people will say, well, Remphan, that's not a thing. Go look up Remphan. What does Remphan mean? Remphan means Molech. Means Saturn. Go look at Molech. What does Molech mean? Saturn, Chronos, Saturn. Osiris, Saturn. All these people were worshiping the same things, it just had different names for it. One of those names was Kiyun, Remphan, Moloch, or Baal Haman. All are synonymous with Saturn. That's why that shape, the six-pointed, one pyramid going up, one pyramid going down, as above, so below. That's why that thing is nothing but a cube. That's why those people in Kabbalistic, in the Kabbalah, worship the cube. Cube is their deity, their power. So, yeah, I don't even need any more time for that. You can cross-examine that anytime he's ready.
All right, you had 20 more minutes.
Listen, I respect the scholarship, brother, what you brought out, but you didn't bring out enough references of what you were showing. And the pictures you showed, the first joint about the so-called star being the Shah's Mahal, I have all them photos too. I dealt with that same information. And just because, like I said before, just because somebody show you a picture of it, everything I showed you, I showed sources and references and where I got the stuff from. Hebrew archaeology, people who dug up the stuff and everything. And I didn't even show everything I had. I still got more proof of other things. Now, let me just show a
Can I address what you just said? Can I address what you just said?
This round is about you, Sham, questioning everything that he was saying.
Right. So, he questioned something I just said. I'm asking if I can address what he just said.
Go ahead.
All right, cool. So what you just said, I gave things without giving sources. I gave you the sources. The first thing I showed you, I told you it was a relief of Ninurta from ancient Sumer from like almost 5,000 years ago. I gave you the source on it. If you want more sources.
What book? I showed book proof and stuff like that. I just didn't put pictures up. I showed book proof.
Just because somebody presented in a book, it doesn't. If you look at let's look at the Assyrian relief of the Northern Kingdom coming out of there.
I can take anything off the internet and I can project that and show somebody. What I'm saying is, you said you was a historian. We just can't go on the internet.
That's in the British Museum of History. What are you talking about? It's in the British Museum of History. Because I didn't give you a book that somebody published it in. I don't understand. You don't need to see this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. That right there to me is nonsensical because you're arguing over a museum piece that's in a museum that anybody could go look. Just Google it and then go look and see what museum it is. And you want me to give you a book that somebody has published it in so it could be validated to you. There are books, brother, that say that the Northern Kingdom are the white people. There are books that say that the Southern Kingdom are the white people.
Wait a minute.
Something being published in the book don't make it right.
The Bible is a book that validates everything. What are you talking about?
The Bible is no. The Bible is a collection of scrolls. That's what it is. No, it's a collection of scrolls. And they don't even have all of them in there because every doctor have the information.
Listen, man, let me show a few things real fast. Because I'm not finished. You showed pictures of it's supposed to be in a cube or whatever you claiming the pomegranate supposed to be or the shielded they were supposed to be. Like I said, as you can see, the pomegranate here, but it's just like the image that you showed when you look at it. Here you have it here. When you look at the pomegranate, what do you see? 6 pyramids and an octagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's a hexagon.
6 plus 6, 12, brother, which is perfectly balanced. What are you talking about? That represents 12 right there. 6 days of creation. 613 seeds represents the laws in the Torah. You have 6 sides of 6 pyramids, which would be 6 dalits, okay, with a 6-sided octagon. 6 plus 6 is 12, which gives you 12 tribes. It's a
613 is not 613 is not no laws and no book. That's Jewish. Everything you bring in is Jewish. No, there's not. If you read it. If you just take your time and go read over it, you'll go to notice they repeat multiple laws several times. This is common knowledge for anybody who studies that. That's to do with their Kabbalistic numbers.
Hold on a second. I have an
It's not 613 laws.
Elders put together.
So you're saying if we go through and we read the laws, they're not going to repeat no laws and they're not so twice out of 613? That's what you're saying?
It don't matter if they repeat it or not.
If it repeat, then that means it's not a new law, It means it's the same law. I can't tell you I got 5 instructions for you, and 3 of them are exactly the same. That means I don't have 5 instructions. I really have 2 instructions, and I said the other one. It ain't got nothing to do. This ain't semantics. Let's stop, please. Let's stop that, okay? Let's stop all that making it seem like I'm washing things away. Facts are facts. If you have 613, no, because you said you could say it any way you want. If you have 613 laws, but you repeat the laws more than once, if you repeat the laws more than once, then that means
right here. Explain how the whole Hebrew language fit in this. Explain that.
Hebrew language fit in what?
The whole Hebrew language fit in what you would call a star, which is not a star, which is the pomegranate bud, the lily pomegranate bud.
This script that you're bringing right here, you think this is what, Aramaic? You think our people wrote this? That you got right there? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I didn't say that, brother. So then,
no. Time out. You asked me to explain. Let me explain. I'll explain it real simple. That is the product of the Jews, the Edomites. Just like the star being used a product of the Jews, the Edomites. That's what it is. That picture you're showing up there is a product of the Rockefeller education system. Of the atom. They don't know what an atom looks like. Come on.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You saying an electron microscope shows what an atom look like? Is that what you're saying? You're saying that's like looking at the strands of the DNA. Do you think the two strands of DNA are what DNA looks like?
How do you think they look at other planets? They look at a microscope and say Saturn has 2 rings around it. You can't see it with the naked eye.
And that is your problem. They're not looking at other planets. 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 And therein lies the issue.
Because if
they're looking at wandering stars that the people always want them to be.
You can't see it with a naked eye. And if you saying that is that represents the planet Saturn, and they was looking at that in ancient time, they didn't have that kind of technology in ancient time for them to look in the sky with a scope to say, hey, now Saturn.
So this is supposed to be a rebuttal. So this is supposed to be a rebuttal of my information. Do you rebut that the ancient Sumerians existed thousands of years before Yasha'al? Are you rebutting that information?
Israel is the last nation born, so only an idiot would.
Okay, sure, no problem. Okay, respect, no problem. Okay, then, so you're not. Okay, then, so I'm asking you: are you rebutting then that the ancient Sumerians used that 6-pointed star long before Yasha'al or anyone else did? Are you rebutting that too?
I don't care. I don't care. Hold on, my phone about to die. Because wait a minute,
so you're not rebutting that too?
Listen. I'm rebutting the reference is what you tried to show, because I showed
what reference are you rebutting? Which reference?
Like the first one. What was the time date? What was the time date on that? Because why I showed
on what the Ninurta tablet, that's hanging in the British Museum of History. The time date on that? You want to know the time for that? Yes. They go back. Yeah, they say it's anywhere from 3700 BCE to 3200. They don't know exactly the date. They can only give you a time frame. Sometime in the 4th millennia. Which is at least 2,000 years before Yasha'al was ever, came on the scene.
Okay, but like I said, if we dealing with anything 6-pointed, I wasn't still finished because I had other archaeology.
I'm not trying to stop you from spinning. I want you to give all your information. This is your rebuttal phase. I'm trying to figure out, what are you rebutting? You don't rebut that Sumerians existed before Yasha'al. You don't rebut that they used that star before Yasha'al. You don't rebut that star was representative of Saturn to them. What do you rebut?
Prove that it was a star. That's what I'm rebutting. You still didn't prove that it was a star.
No, it wasn't a star. It wasn't a star. It was a planet. It was a planet. Saturn. Right. I did prove that.
I agree.
You literally just what was the definition you gave of what a star was? Didn't you say it was a round thing or a planet? Isn't that what you said?
No, wait. I said they said what a star is round, globe, planet, comet, or Saturn or Mercury.
Okay. It says that, right? Or Saturn or Mercury. Okay, so
it's about points. It says nothing about anything with points.
I'm not arguing about the points. Can you not see 6 points on the thing that they have represented? Is that not a 6-pointed representation of Saturn? Is it not?
No, because Saturn has rings. What are you talking about?
No. You're trying to apply. No. You're trying to apply. You just said that we know it has rings because we can look up there with modern technology and telescopes and stuff. They wasn't using that, right?
Not in ancient times, no.
No, okay. So that means that it represented what they thought it represented. It meant what they wanted it to mean. They looked up there. You can't change what Ninurta meant to them no more than I could. Did Ninurta, picture, did that mean Saturn to them? You can't say no because it doesn't have rings because you're looking at rings today.
Okay. So if they used it before, and they felt
And
that way.
if they did, I just told you they
We
did.
had the same symbols built in Solomon Temple. On the pomegranates, he put on chains. Solomon put them on chains.
Show me a symbol of Solomon's temple. Show me a symbol of Solomon's temple.
All I can say is in the scriptures.
Show me. You just made a statement that we have the symbol of Solomon's temple. Show it to me.
Nobody has an actual picture of Solomon's temple. So
right. And the temple that you were showing in Kefar Nakum were temples of Herod's building. They were temples when the Edomites were in control of the Pharisees and the Sadducees. So they ruled Palestine under Roman proclamation. So whatever Herod built and he had going on there, how are you associating that with the us, our people? And then the talisman of Saturn, which I showed you. Every bit of information I showed you here, you notice you have not refuted not one. I mean, it's as respectable as I can. You haven't refuted one piece. You just said you don't like it.
Because you really have not shown proof. What you
so is this statue? Okay, no. You just made a statement. All right, let's get to the proof of that. You made the statement. I haven't given proof. Is this not a statue of Ninurta? Is that not what that is? What I just showed? Is that not what that is from ancient Sumeria? Is that not what that is? I mean, you say I haven't shown proof, then you should be able to say no. Is that not what that is? Okay, well, while we're waiting for him to get back, I'll just say that he keeps saying that I have not shown proof. I've given him archaeology from off the walls that's in a museum that anybody can see for themselves. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean that it doesn't count as proof. I've given him proof of Hindus using the symbol long before Yasha'al ever used it. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not proof. I've shown the symbols that I proved that the cube is inside of it. It is a temple that is not he said an octagon shape. That's 8. It's a hexagon shape. Not octagon, it's hex, 6. There's a 6-sided shape inside of it. That 6-sided shape is a cube.
That's it. All right. So that's it for the rapid fire round. Okay. So be sharing when you get back to do his another 20 minutes of presentation. And again, the rapid fire when you're supposed to answer questions.
Man, whatever, Marco. He's not even here right now. So look, y'all want to chop this up a little bit while we wait for him to get back, so we don't have dead air.
All right, you asking him questions, brother.
No, he made a statement about me. He asked a question, just like I told him at the beginning of this. When we going through the rapid fire, if I make a statement that you're saying is not true or that's a question to me, I said just feel free, jump in and ask it. I told him that straight up.
And when he was asking you questions, when you was rebuttaling him, you wouldn't let him do it. You said it's your time.
I did. I answered the question. He just wanted to. He asked the question, I would answer, and then he tried to go to something else. I didn't try to jump. I tried to stay on point with what he asked. But he's back anyway.
He was trying to,
yeah, let him. He's on the back.
Brother, and you said it was your time. You didn't let him.
All right, that's cool. That's whatever. Ak is back. Let him go and handle his own business, Ak. Because you're not even in here. You know what I'm saying? You moderate. So moderate. So moderate. Go ahead, Ak. Go ahead.
So don't say that.
Go ahead, Ak.
We got 20 minutes to bring out some presentation, Ak. 20 minutes starting right now. Let's get her done.
My phone had.
Yeah.
I said I'm back on the computer.
Man. Your phone died.
Yeah, you ain't. That computer stalled you out.
That charge is only on 1%.
Breaking up. Your time started, bro. You ain't got another phone you can use, brother?
No.
I can't really hear you on your computer. I'm being honest with you, Prince. I won't be able to really hear the information you're bringing forth because you break up like every 6-7 seconds. So it's like it makes it hard to understand you.
All right.
Okay.
Hold on.
Hey, look, since he got phone issues, why don't we just go into, let's just move into the question round from, you know, the audience and everything. Let's go into that because it's already after 3 o'clock right here. And I was planning on having this done a little bit earlier, you know. I mean, is that told with y'all or
No,
what? I don't want.
You still got y'all gotta get a couple more rounds, brother. I mean, he still got information.
Yeah, but we started 2 hours late. So it's not like I'm trying to get out of the jump off. It's just I got other stuff I got to put out today and I got to do. And if I can't hit Ak, he needs to be able to talk. So he got to let his phone charge anyway. I can't hear him when he uses the computer. So it's not right to sit up there and try to present information.
You're going to give him an opportunity to get it together, brother. I mean,
Okay.
You all together trying to make this thing get together on our end as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I took off work, man, to be here, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm losing some money now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing some money.
I thought I had a microphone.
That's right, Sean. You work on Wednesday, don't you?
Y'all hear me better?
Yeah, come. Just now. Just keep talking.
Yes.
You breaking up. Breaking up.
Just let's go in the presentation. We'll tell you so I can see because I'm gonna hear you keep talking.
Say it again.
Yeah, let's go into the presentation. Let me hear it.
It's all
What you say? I can't hear you.
All right, can you hear me out?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, go into your presentation.
I show the pictures without my phone.
You can't show the pictures without your phone?
Because I can't share.
So look, bro was saying, bro was saying that it's not even gonna be fair if he can't hear you. You feel me? So y'all wanna.
So you can't have your phone charging while you on it?
He just text. He said he can't show it. He just text 100%. Be careful, boy.
Well, we like to apologize. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to see if we can get this thing going because it's definitely heating up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't trying to get out of this or stop the Ak from going in his things. I'm just, as soon as he got on the computer, it was just like I knew it was dead because I can't hear him. So how we supposed to have a meaning? That means when I'm talking, he needs to chime in and he needs to say wait. He's not gonna be able to do that fairly. Everything's gonna be off, and then we're not gonna be able to hear what he's trying to say. So even if he's right, he can't be heard.
You can't take your laptop I don't know, man, upstairs or something, Prince. If you go into the scriptures, man, you can go, bust some scriptures down. Your internet can get a little clear. You know what I'm saying? Based off the pomegranate.
Hold on.
All right. Let's get a little intermission, man. You know what I'm saying? Get a little intermission. Oh, shit. Well, man, I want to play the whole track right quick. Yeah, play the War Ready theme. After that, man, we can we be ready to rock and roll. Hold on. Shalom, Mark. What's good?
Yeah, I said my. I don't know what's. But you said you can't hear me on the sound, right?
Yeah, you want to go from the phone, and then let's see if they can hear you from the phone. I can try to hook you up to the phone and see if they can hear you. Can y'all? Yeah.
I can't show my slides.
Right. I don't saying, man, you can't. Your email never went through to us.
Over and over again.
Did you send it to Priest Mahara call?
Let me see. Hold on.
I don't know why it's not going to O'Malley's, man. Because I'm texting you, I'm sending you an email, man.
All right, I got your email.
It's his phone, not his laptop.
Yeah, I got a bad connection on my. I think I'm gonna have to go get a different router. This router been messing up for the last past a minute. I don't know why my connection. It should do this.
Highly anticipated. I wish the brother didn't work on Wednesday.
Okay, let me see. I guess we could try to play a song, give the brother one more chance, and look like it's gonna be come on, man. Come on, man. I took off work, man. Yo. Took off the stage.
I even got the the scrolls from the text from the little rolls that I shared that he asked about. I even got the mythology that had written in the joint too, if they want to see, and the books that people could look at if they want. If you want the exact pages of books where they actually decipher all that. So it's in museums, as I said, and you can. I mean, it's not anything that's hidden that I brought forth. It's just there.
Yeah.
No, man. I just work. It's 1%. It ain't exclusive because it's not going to play with.
That's what it says. Isn't that? No, not really.
It's not going to charge. Like it's not.
Okay. You got an iPhone?
No, I got a Google Hangout.
Yeah. All right. I mean, y'all want to come back a little later and finish it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's up to the Ark. It's up to the Ark. I'll be available. Just Mark, you got my number, Ark. You know, you can just call me and tell me whenever. It's fine.
Go charge up your phone, and we can come back in what, a couple hours. There's 210 right here, STL. There's 3 over there.
There's 310 here. I will shoot for that. Just call me up and let me know what's going on. I'll make sure that I'm here and I'm ready to go. All right. If I'm not, I'll let you know. Yeah.
A couple hours on Tobi'Yahu.
310 here.
5 o'clock.
Call me up. Just call me up. Yeah. Go. All right. If I'm not, I'll let you know. Yeah.
A couple hours on Tobi'Yahu.
Yeah, just hit me up. If I can do it, I'll be there with you. If I can't, I'll let you know. No problem. Just call me up. Yeah, go. All right. Yeah, just call me. It's dope. Shalom.
All right, so Salakia on everybody watching. Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, the brother phone went out. So we'll come back at 5. We'll reach out to the brothers, and we all in the message group together anyway. So we'll come back and complete the discussion. Okay. So everybody, come back. We'll be back live. So
Shalom.
I know y'all answer to ask questions too, but yeah, we be back on in a few hours. Y'all willing. It is the dedication. We pick up the dedication and like action. Maybe I don't know how we're gonna do it. Back on in a few hours. Y'all willing, we go ahead and do that, man. So y'all willing. To the next time, charge your phone, he broke. Charge that deal. Make sure that deal is beyond charge. I'm amazed. I'll be amazed at some of these people's comments. Wow, man. I'll be amazed how they just don't. I understand when people have a certain mindset, but you know what I'm saying? When you're dealing in a debate or intellectual scholarship or something like that, if you're bringing sources that you, the people, can view and look and research yourself, and titles and names of authors, and then you have one side, you know what I'm saying, not bringing that, and then y'all just steal. Just intellectually, I can't get that. You know what I'm saying? Intellectually, I can't get that. This is when either you want to wait, you want to break it down, or understand. You feel me? That hey, you feel me? It's different beliefs in Israel. Further proof, all of Israel don't believe the same thing. You feel me? And a belief is called a stronghold in the scripture. It's very powerful. You become what you believe. Right. You feel me? So we gotta understand too that even these people on the comment board that already arrived at a conclusion about what it is that we believe. Right. There's others out there like, oh, that's some good information. That's some good information. Most brothers are putting out sources and pictures and all that. You feel me? So it's all good. Again, y'all, this is for the nation, for y'all. Feel me? A lot of brothers, already grounded in what they believe. I have my stance on, my brother got his stance on. Right. You feel me? So I mean, that's what that is. It's a belief that. And my thing is, I like this because I want to really hear opposing sides, regardless of what I believe, because I used to wear it, and I'm not opposed against it because to me, I'm telling you, it's a symbol, right? It's like symbols on cars, symbols on clothes, symbols anywhere. You see what I'm saying? Like, 100 years from now, we can't wear it. 50 years, I can't put on a rainbow. Because niggas done made the rainbow. Because the sodomites made the rainbow evil. So now if I look at the rainbow, is the rainbow off? Because somebody would have make a rainbow evil? I mean, in their mind, the moon, I can't go admire the moon of most creation because people want to worship the moon. You know what I'm saying? Or, the worshiping of the sun. I can't, praise the Most High's creation because somebody else want to make something a deity or a god. Like, I don't get it. Like, I can worship this damn hat right here. I can worship this hat, make this a god. Oh, like Malachi said earlier, okay? Where's that? Right here. This is a Heineken cup. So I can't drink no more Heineken now, right? I can't drink Heineken anymore, right? if we start really going into symbolism, there's a lot of shit that you're gonna have to be like, if you're gonna stay stuck on that, you ain't gonna be able to do it. So I can't drink Heineken no more. Nobody, niggas drink Heineken. Not the Baphomet on them on the Heineken. You finished, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like got some spirits. It's a spirit, but I mean, come on, bro. My stance on it is, I believe brothers go off and they try to call it a shield. The shield of David. That's what Magan Dawad means. Magan Dawad, shield of David. It's even, or Morgan David, you didn't drink the wine. You feel me? And it's just so many scriptures.
Can't drink that wine,
you know what I'm saying?
You can't drink the Morgan David.
No, all y'all drink Morgan David. Right, you can't drink that no more. They go through how the Most High. You feel me? So that's my stance on outside of being a shape. You feel me? If you ever look up the Dybbuk box, that's something they was using during World War II. And if you go into it, believe it or not, what's written inside the Dybbuk box is Shema Yisrael, Yahweh Eloheinu, Yahweh Echad. And I tripped off of it because the elders and them didn't know what it was, so they showed it off a picture, right? I said, man, that's Hebrew. You feel me? And I read it, and I'm like, that's Deuteronomy 6 and 4. But the wicked, the evil were using Deuteronomy 6 and 4 to promote their own agenda. You feel me? And the name of Yahweh, I got it on my chest. The name of Yahweh was inscribed on the Dybbuk box. So that's why I believe brothers go off by trying to call the two triangles David shield on this plenty of scriptures with David. Magan, the word Magan, Psalm 144. Blessed be the Most High, my power, which teaches my hands to fight. He said, my high tower, my fortress, my shield. When you look up shield, it's Magan. So David was subscribing and saying the Most High is my shield. You understand? So that's my position on this. Like, that's why I don't even, outside of drinking the wine, I drink the wine, you know what I'm saying? I can't front. But outside of that, I don't even, you understand? Even the Manischewitz wine. If you look close enough at the Manischewitz wine that a lot of brothers drink for Passover, it got the hexagram on. Oh, you can't drink that either. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers drink that for Passover. Around here in the STL. You see? So I believe it's a wording thing too. I wouldn't subscribe Yahweh or the Most High, you feel me, to anything. You feel me? Like if I put this symbol up and ask somebody, is this hexagram the Most High? You're going to have to say no. You understand? Well, the Most High is referred to as Magan or David shield. He said, my shield, my high tower, my fortress, my stronghold, my deliverer. You look up that word shield, it says Magan.
But when it's snow outside, don't go outside because it's not but shields is coming down from the damn heavens. Snowflakes, 6 points, 5 points, everything coming down from the sky. Again, the brother will go into the lesson because he did the lesson years ago. The pomegranate, he just showed earlier. You can't eat that. Moses had pomegranates, Aaron's lot, all over his garments.
And the brother did. Well, I give him that. He pulled that picture, that pomegranate, you feel me? And that looked like a perfect bomb. Yeah, that looked like I was like, damn, okay.
So just imagine Aaron walking around with all the pomegranate symbols on. I'm just saying. I mean, like, my thing is this. I wore it, right? And not saying I wouldn't wear it, but the reason why I didn't wear it because people want to make that a stumbling block while I'm teaching. So when I'm out in the street teaching, some they're going to come and try to use that as a distraction from me trying to edify Israel. You know what I'm saying? And we the people of the Most High, you saw the devil, the Bible speaks, all that. So I said, you know what? I don't have to wear because I don't really wear jewelry anyway. So what? Who cares? So you see what I'm saying? So I said, you know what? I'm going to get the lightning bolt because I usually get the lightning bolt as my symbol. Oh, man. Right? And so now I'm Zeus. Now I'm Zeus now, right? You see what I'm saying? I mean, if we sit right there and analyze, everything.
It's symbols everywhere.
It's everywhere. You can't go to Shell gas station. I mean, you got the ambulance with the sickle and the snake and the serpent, but you can say, oh, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, if we really go down with it on everything, man, like,
it's crazy. Like I told brothers, right? He used the blue guard of Shiva. But I just did the class about the Puffalites. I did the class about the Puffalites. And it's facts that all the pagan gods, the weed is associated with Shiva and all the deities and gods. You can't show me in the scriptures where any prophet, any man in Israel smoked marijuana. I don't care what you're talking about. Okay? So you're going to say, well, the Most High made the earth. So they associate with their deity and God. So that'd be the same argument then.
For anybody that's smart.
Okay? Anybody else with the same argument.
Look, it's simple. It's Rock 39, 26, 28, I made things right. Wicked that turned into evil. They use it outside of its original purpose. You know, so he made a whole bunch of stuff. He went into flour, he went into grapes, he went into a whole bunch of stuff that the Most High made. I'm paraphrasing, but that's Rock 39, 26 through 28. And he say to the evil, to the wicked is turned into evil. You understand? But the Most High made this for good for man. Big. So, but also I want to bring out too something else I saw was when the Prince say he read something that said that it was originally pagan. I'm like, oh
yeah, that was right up in the caption.
Yeah.
I was one on that one.
I thought people like, oh, okay. So like I say, man,
he read it though. Did he read it?
At least he ain't trying to hide. He ain't hiding.
You know what I'm saying? Really was pagan. I mean, you can take that and be like, okay, but then is there multiple sources that says the same thing? You see what I'm saying? That's why I admire that the young brother that I met that called me back in 2011 about this truth and fellowship coming down building. That I knew him. He first came in the FOPE, the camp I started out in DC with Quinat. And that brother then went to a scholarly level. You see what I'm saying? For the brother, you know what I'm saying, that some brothers don't read that well. You see what I'm saying? But that has nothing to do with the Most High put that spirit upon you, that man can go in these history books, scholarly books, and get these information. You see what I'm saying? And for him to bring these sources, you know what I'm saying? And he got nothing but books. He got books over there waiting for me. I was supposed to pick up. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that man got records, so he's studying these different things. He's not just talking. You see what I'm saying? That's why, I want this to continue, because I want to see the rest of what the brother writing.
I mean, both sides, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Both sides. I better see it. I better see his right. Dialogue. We used to do this in ancient world. You know what I'm saying? You meet up with your people, and you're mentally forward. You feel me? You see where each other was at. That's what it was about in the ancient world, man. So look, in a couple hours, y'all willing, we're gonna come on back on. I want to salute both them brothers though. And you understand that's what this war really about, baby. It's just really
and Tobi'Yahu, he's always ready.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Me and him had a debate for 52 minutes over the messenger, and I recorded it, but I was gonna upload it, but there was no sound. So he baited me, talking, when you gonna debate? And I'm like, listen, I'm moderating, and all of a sudden me and him debating. You know what I'm saying, on the phone, talking about Africa and this and the third.
But it's the same way next door, there's no flags on. You feel me? It's like, hey, this is what it is, man. You feel me? At times you gotta sit down and just chop it up and get it done. So look, we're gonna come back in a few. We're gonna go ahead and shut it on down for a little taste. Y'all will be back in a few hours. His phone charged up. Tobi'Yahu ready to rock. Let's get it done. Most High be with us all. Shalom.